Sandy Gallup on your right.
Tyler, you guys wound up with over 450 yards rushing, but you fell behind 17-6. Was there a point there where you came close to having to abandon the run?
It was early in the game, when they got up on us, and so, Coach always says we're going to stick to the game plan and try and get to the fourth quarter and win there. And so, we just kept believing and we just kept taking it one play at a time, because there was a lot of football to play and anything can happen. And so, guys did a good job of putting everything on the line and fighting for each other to come back.
Tell how meaningful it was getting this win in this setting with all that was surrounding the game, and then to finish it off with that big touchdown run.
It meant a lot, especially after, last week's loss with tough for us. And, Coach really challenged us as a team this week, and, we really went after it, and, it just goes to show that, we really set our mind to something, and we play as a team, sky's the limit. So, the front line did a great job, and, I just made one guy miss, and saw the end zone.
What does it mean to you, Tyler, to be in this position, given what you've been through with your shoulder and everything in the last 12 months transferring, to lead a team like Boston College over a top 10 team on the national stage?
It's been a long journey, and, it means a lot to me. It's pretty easy on my half because, you have guys that are willing to work and willing to sacrifice for each other. It makes it easy for the quarterback. And so we really just try to stick together as a team and outplay teams and really just, put everything on the line each and every play. So, it's a great team win.
Tyler, following off that question, national TV game, top 10, what kind of a statement do you feel you made personally and also as a team today to the nation?
It just goes to show that, we're a team that, when we're at our best, we're tough to beat. And so, our job is to bring that each and every week. And so, we have to refocus and have a good week of practice because the same thing can happen to us next week. And so, it's important that we really get after this week in practice and rebite and get back to square one. So, it's a big win for our program, and we're taking the things in the right direction.
Andy, can you speak to the rushing effort that you had overall? Was that part of the mindset this week to get back to just dominating the line of scrimmage with the run game?
Yeah, running the ball's always been our identity. We always take pride in that, whether it's working, whether it's not, and we always try to get back to it. Getting ready for this week, we realized what kind of defensive front we were going against, what kind of front seven USC had, the high caliber talent that they had, and how well they play in that scheme. And we took it upon ourselves to have a lot of pride in this week to show how good an offensive line we can be. And I think that the effort that we showed tonight in the rushing game, kind of speaks for itself. Coming off of a tough loss last week, we worked so much harder to get back to the rushing attack that we had last season. I think that we started showing tonight.
You were here a couple of years ago for 2-10. What does beating number 9 USC on national television mean?
Personally, it still hasn't hit me yet, but I've been here in 5th year now. Been through a lot of games, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but I definitely say this is a highlight of my career. Waking up this morning, just knowing that it was going to be a night game, it's going to be a little rainy, it's going to be a BC-style football game. Those are the kinds of things I've heard about ever since I came here. All the way back when all I knew was back in its heyday, those were the type of games that BC was winning. The tough games where it's cold, it's wet, and playing against a tough team. And I think all the guys up front kind of took that personally and accepted it as a challenge to play tonight.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Josh, you had 5.5 tackles for us tonight. Played like a man possessed. The defensive performance that you're all
It's really not about me, you know. It's about being prepared. Defense and they played well tonight. It wasn't just me; it was a team win, you know, and I could have done it. You know, I'm with the help of my teammates. So.
What was the defensive mindset going against USC in their offense?
We keep it very focused. I know that, you know, we do they have a lot of speed and strength, you know, and we just played to our skill set, and we were able to get it done. So.
John, Coach Adazio said that he wanted to diversify his running game. What did you add to this running game tonight?
As one of the bigger backs in our backfield, I'm definitely a guy that has to get the tough yards. I definitely have to drive my feet on contact, 3 and 5, 3 and 4, and in the red zone, I definitely have to train for those extra yards and just lower my shoulder as a bigger back.
Josh, how big was that first defensive series you held USC to 3 and out? Place is rocking. How big was that for setting the
That
tone?
was huge for us, you know, because right then and then we knew that we could play with them, you know, and we'd be in that game at the end of the game, you know, and that was huge for us.
Can you guys comment on just the atmosphere inside the locker room at the end of the game, Coach? Because he came in here all pumped up as well, so can you just comment on how it was in the locker room with other
The
teammates?
atmosphere inside the locker room was just insane. You know, it was crazy. Everybody was so hyped up about, you know, this win, and it really just seems like a dream right now. And I feel like I'm not. It feels like I'm not in like real life right now. And I guess it'll set in later on, maybe tonight or tomorrow. But right now, this seems like a dream. So it was a great team win for us.
It was piggyback off what Josh said. It was electric in our locker room. For me as a young kid, that's definitely a dream. You dream about this in your backyard, beating one of the top teams in the country. And it's just, it hasn't sunk in yet. It probably will later on. But we're just glad that we can have done it.
And scoring twice.
No, that's always great. But it's, whatever it takes for the team, whatever it takes, you got to do to win. That was just my mindset. It's always been my mindset. W's are the only stat you need to really worry about.
For both of you guys, you go from USC to playing Maine. Obviously, much smaller lights on that game. How do you avoid a letdown?
I guess we would say, folks, every game is a big game. It's really hard to win games. And college football, it's very, very tough. So we stay focused and we practice and stay happy.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to take a lot of leadership from the seniors, the young guys who are still kind of starstruck from the win to, focus on the task at hand. Definitely take some going from the young guys. As a young and immature team, we're going to have to just ball up and just do what we got to do and make sure that we get it done.